Don Brown. In President Trump's speech to the Congress recently, he proposed this bold idea of eliminating income taxes, eliminating property taxes, and very famously eliminating, taxes on waiters and waitresses who serve us in our restaurants all around the country, and which I think is a great idea, by the way. But the question has been brought up: if you eliminate these taxes, all these taxes, how will that affect the national debt? Well, first off, understand that the national debt is so large each per year that eliminating or lowering these taxes is not going to put a dent in it. You've got to attack it through spending cuts. To put this in perspective, if you took every billionaire in the country, and the Democrats all say, make the rich pay their fare, make corporations pay their fare. But with a $37 trillion national debt, if you took every billionaire in the country and took everything they owned, I'm not just talking about taxing them, but took everything that they owned and applied the debt, you'd only have $5 to $6 trillion. You start at $37 trillion, and if you stole all the money from the billionaires, you could only eliminate it about $5 to $6 trillion. Then what happens if you were to, the Democrats say, force the corporations to pay taxes? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if we taxed every corporation in the nation, Walmart, Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola, Exxon, take your favorite corporation. If you taxed all those corporations at 100%, that would only come up to another $3 trillion or so. So if you stole the money from the trillionaires and taxed the corporations at 100%, you're still putting a dent into the national debt. No, the solution is to cut spending. The Congress has been spending about $6.1 trillion a year, and the government has only been taking about $4.7 trillion a year. Every time there's been a tax cut, by the way, most recently in 2017. Before that, the capital gains cuts under President Reagan in the 80s, and before that, the capital gains cut put in by President Kennedy in the early 60s. Every time there's a capital gains cut, believe it or not, the economy explodes, and believe it or not, we take in more tax revenue. So the solution here is not taxing. In fact, cutting taxes will cause the revenue to increase because people are spending more money. But the solution is to cut spending. Only when we decide to tighten our fiscal belts and cut spending and eliminate most of the unnecessary bureaucrats and bureaucracies in the federal government, like the IRS and like the Department of Education and many others, only then will we bring our fiscal house in order. It is time to cut spending and to do it with a vengeance, and to bring the constitutional republic down into a smart government which is limited only to the constitutional authority given it by Congress, by the Constitution, I should say, in Article 1, Section 8 primarily. Think about what Elon Musk did with Twitter. He eliminated 2/3 of the Twitter workforce, and now Twitter is more effective and operating more efficiently and as a better platform for discourse than it ever was before. And that's exactly what we need to do with the government. We need to cut it by 2/3 and apply those savings to the national debt and give people a tax break.